you? Die. Haha, suck it, pigs. Oh, hi, didn't see you there. Okay, so today in our tutorial, we are going to have some fun with Angry Birds. Let's see how I was playing the game, but we're going to do some statistical calculations on some data that I've collected. So, as you see on the left side here, I've highlighted several different data fields. So I have a date column, a bird column, and a pig column. So we have the date I was playing the game, the birds who killed the pigs, and what type of pigs they killed. So what we're going to do with this data is we're going to use if statements and date functions to extract out information about how many pigs were killed, by what type, and who killed them. So, for example, we have total small pigs, where at the bottom I have sum functions to calculate the total sums of every data entry in the column. Excuse me. So if we start with the total small pigs, I will type in an equal sign so I can type in a function. So I go equals if, and as you can see, once I do that, it pulls up the function itself. So we have to enter a logical test, and if it tests true, the next value will be the value that we want to equal if it's true, and then the next value will be the value we want to be if it's false. So what we're going to do is in the logical test, we're going to go over to C2, and we're going to say when C2 equals small, the text string small, which we make a text string by putting quotation marks, we want it to give it the value 1, and if it's false, we want to make it the value 0. So as you saw, we put commas in between the different parts of the function, and then we put a parens at the end of the function and hit enter, and it will give us our value. Now, to give it the same value to the rest of the items in the rows, we're going to drag it all the way down to the bottom row. And as you can see, we have 8 total small pigs that were killed. So we're going to do the same thing for medium pigs. Equals if C2 equals medium. We're going to count it as 1 if it is, and 0 if it's not. So as you can see here, because it's small, it equals 1, but because this is medium, it equals 0, which is our false value. So we're going to drag this through the rest of our data entries. So we're going to do the same thing for large. Equals large 0. And we'll drag that down through the rest of our entries. Just 2 more to go. We'll do helmet and king. This equals drag it through our total entries and kings. Equals king. And drag that through. As you can see, when I drag this down to the bottom, it took out the formatting. So I'm going to add a bottom level to that formatting just to clean up and make it look like a table again. And we're going to play with some date functions in the month killed field. So if you go to formulas, you can see that we have a variety of date and time functions here. So what we can do is we can do month killed. So we want to figure out what month they were killed in, specified by the date. So we'll go equals month, open parens, put in the date, close parens, and hit enter, and it tells us that the pig was killed in January. So we'll drag that through our data fields. We'll add a bottom underline to that, and we will sum the total number of pigs killed in January. So if we want to do January, we'll do equals, and we'll do a variation of the if statement. We will do count if, so count if, and we're going to do the range I2 through I30. And then we'll put a comma in, and if the criteria equals 1 for the month of January, we'll count it, close the parens, and we see that there are 2 pigs killed in the month of January. Now if we hit F2, we can edit the contents of this cell, and let's say we want to do July, because it appears that we have more pigs killed in July than any other month, so we'll put in a 7, hit enter, and we find that we have 17 pigs killed in the month of July. So moving on to the next row, we can do something a little more fun. I put a data validation cell in here with the drop-down menu of the different types of birds that we have, so we can figure out how many pigs were killed by what bird. So we'll start with red. I want to count them in this total killed by column right here. So what I can do is do equals if this cell is F4, and we'll do F4 so it will reference this cell even when we drag it through the rest of them. We'll do, we'll do equals the B2, it's the type of bird. We will do quotation marks, yes, and no. So we see that the first pig was killed by a red bird, so that's correct. And we drag it through the rest of them. And we have a bunch of underlines, so why don't we take and clear the formatting? Which is right there. Add an underline back to this. Add an underline to this. Just clean it up. And we will count if this is yes. So we'll go to equals count if this range is equal to yes. Excuse me. And we will see that we have six red birds that killed pigs, 6 blackbirds that killed pigs, 4 bluebirds that killed pigs, 6 whitebirds that killed pigs, and 7 yellow ones. So that's a little bit of fun that you can have with some different if statements and the date functions. And if you rejoin me later on, I will add graphs and charts and try to make the date a little more fun by making pictures from it. So thank you for your time, and enjoy yourself and play some Angry Birds.